Hello everyone, bienvenidos, welcome everybody to the Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. Please have a seat and hopefully you guys enjoyed what we got to offer, man. But before we get started, I forgot to do this the last assembly. I want to start with a native land acknowledgement. So, as we gather to celebrate of our Heritage Month at Pittsburgh High School, we pause to acknowledge that we are traditional and ancestral homeland of the Bay Miwok people, who have lived and cared for this land since before the settlers of the gold rush. We honor the Bay Miwok people, their elders, past and present, and their ongoing connection to the land. We recognize that this acknowledgement is just one small step in the broader work of truth, justice, and reclamation. As we celebrate Latino, Hispanic culture, history, and resilience, we also reflect on the shared experience of colonization, migration, and resistance that connect many communities of color, including indigenous, La Raza. May this month deepen our community to solidarity, equality, and honor the diverse stories that shape our community. Please give a round of applause. So, to kick off today's celebration, we're going to have PHS Folklorico representing El Salvador with the song El Sombro Azul. Please give a round of applause and a warm welcome to El Folklorico.
El pueblo salvadoreño tiene el cielo por sombrero. El Salvador, salsa clave se canta. El pueblo salvadoreño tiene el cielo por sombrero. En la búsqueda del tiempo salvadoreño, que no hay pájaro pequeño que después de alzar el vuelo se detenga en su volar. Dale salvadoreño, dale salvadoreño, dale salvadoreño, dale salvadoreño.
Give a grand applause for Folklorico. Come on, louder, come on. Come on, come on. There we go. Let's see. How many of you guys are from El Salvador? Anybody from Mexico? Anybody from Colombia? Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Cuba, any Haitians? Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's what's up. All right, moving on. We have a special poet here to present their poem called Raíces for Alora Mendoza. Please give a round of applause for Alora Mendoza.
Soy hija de El Salvador, born with blood of volcanes and pupusas in my veins, but raised in the Bay, where every block hums with cumbia, reggaeton blasting out of Hondas, lowriders shining like mirrors for our brown reflections. Soy salvadoreña, don't tell me otherwise. My abuela's voice is in my ear, vaya pues mija, échale ganas. Her hands smelling of maseca and café. Out here in La Bahia, we learn to roll our R's and our shoulders to hypey beats, to throw up peace signs and shout, "Que onda bicho?" at the homies on the corner. A Spanglish survival kit stitched to our tongues. They tried to tell us to be quiet, to tuck away our voz like it was broken Spanish. Pero vos sabes, our words are weapons, our slang is soul food, and our accent is an anthem. I am proud. Proud to be La Cipota turned mujer, walking through SF, Pittsburgh, and East Oakland, neighborhoods painted with murals of mujeres like me with wings on their back and fire in their eyes. Esta piel, esta sangre, esta cultura no se borra, no se vende, no se calla. Soy de la Bahía, soy de El Salvador, and every time I say it, it feels like stomping my flag into the earth, roots deep, branches wide, shouting, aquí estoy, aquí seguimos y con orgullo salvadoreño jamás me rajo.
And she said, aquí estamos. We are here. Please give a big round of applause for her. Please. All right. Our next performance. Folklorico goes back. They're going to be representing the state of Oaxaca, Mexico, with the canción Prietiva. Please welcome Folklorico. You guys know what I'm talking about. You show them love. Show them some love. You did an amazing job. You did an amazing job. Anyways, so our next is basically I get to talk about myself. I was invited to be the keynote speaker for today's event by La Raza Club, as well as Mr. Finn. Shout out to Mr. Finn. And yeah, basically I'm just going to tell you about my speech, and it's about identity, because I think for me, identity is important. So before I get started with my keynotes, I would like to acknowledge that this month is about celebrating our culture and our roots. Whether you're Mexican, Chicano, Salvadoreño, Boricua, Peruano, Colombiano, or from anywhere in nuestra comunidad, what matters most is this. We shouldn't just celebrate our heritage once a month, or once a year, sorry. We should celebrate it every day, and do not let anyone tell you otherwise, ever. Always be proud of your roots and of your culture. So let me tell you about myself. So, obviously my name is Gabriel Perez Cano. I am a first-generation Chicano student. I graduated in high school in 2020. I'm the first in my family to do so. I'm also the first college student in my family as well to continue on this education. I have one more semester at LMC before I transfer to a CSU, either San Francisco State or Northridge. But how did that start? How that started was through here at Pitt, through the teachers, through the communities I got connected with. The reason why I do this is because I love talking about my culture. I love talking about like la raza. I love talking about our indigenous roots. I love talking about just about us in general, because I never got to learn about this when I was in your guys' age. And having the opportunity now to just talk about it, it makes me proud. It makes me happy for who I am. But yeah, as you can see here, these are pictures. You can see in the middle, that's me, Mr. Finn. That's me meeting Edward James Holmes. If you guys don't know, he's the actor who played Ascensio's dad, and he's the main character from American Me. If you guys know the movies. I've also been a part of many clubs at LMC as well. Particularly, I've been a part of Puente Club. I was the president for the club for about a year. Shout out to Puente. I was also the president for the Latinx Club at LMC as well. And right now, I'm just kind of chilling around because it's my last semester. So let's move on. Enough about me. When people say Latino or Hispanic, it often sounds like we're all the same, or we're not. Think about it. How many of you guys have been who identify as Latino have been called Mexican, even though you're not? Just because you speak Spanish or you look a certain way, this happens all the time. And it shows like a bigger problem. Society lumps us all together, but the truth is, our community is incredibly diverse. It's like we're the same, but we're not. But we are the same. You know what I mean? Like, we have our Afro-Latino people. Big shout out to our black hermanos y hermanas, because I feel like y'all don't get enough love. Our African roots have shaped our culture, music, food, history in huge ways. Without those roots, cumbia, salsa, reggaeton, samba wouldn't even exist. And I know most of y'all be bumping them on your giant speakers in your parties, right? Right? And it's not even just African roots. We're also indigenous. We have indigenous blood. Somos indígena. We are native. For many of us who grew up being told that we are just Mexican or Latino or mestizo, without ever being told what that really means. For example, the word Mexican comes from the tribe of the Mexicas, better known as the Aztecs, los Aztecas. Same thing for Chicanos. Remove me and Mexicano and it ends with Chicano. That's what we call ourselves. Growing up, I sort of knew I had some native in me. I remember being a kid thinking I'm a native Mexican, which, I mean, I wasn't far off, but I think I didn't think much of it until like later on. Like many, I thought I was probably like Aztec or Mayan because those were the only tribes like I ever known. And at the time, but later, I started learning more and digging into my family's history. And actually, where I'm come from, both of my parents are from Pénjamo, Guanajuato. And when I started tracing my roots, I found out that we come from the Chichimeca people, more specifically from the Purapache and Guarma tribe. And that changed me forever. Because for so long, we're taught just to say we're just Mexican. Like, it's one thing. But Mexico has dozens, about thousands of indigenous nations, cultures, and languages. And a lot of the history has been erased or ignored, even by our own people. So when I started reconnecting with my indigenous roots, not just the name, but learning about our language, our tradition, and connections to the land, I started to really understand who I am. And here's one thing. Some of us still carry that knowledge to our families and communities, and some of us are trying to get it back. And both are valid, because identity isn't just a label. For indigenous people, identity is tied to the land, ceremony, ancestry, and resistance. Colonizers didn't just take the land. They tried to take our culture, our language, names, and our pride. And even now, our indigenous communities are still fighting just to keep our traditions alive. And while some of us are trying to reconnect with our indigenous roots, the truth is, a lot of us are not just one thing. Our identities are complex. Some of us are indigenous, some of us are Afro-Latinos. Some of us have European descent, some of us have Asian descent. And some of us are just mixed overall. That doesn't make us any less. This just shows how diverse and unique our community really is. That shows how different all of us really are. And that's what makes our community really dope. Honestly, most of us didn't even learn about this stuff in school. Well, now you can, since you guys have ethnic studies here. But when I was here, ethnic studies didn't exist. And I had to figure that out on my own. Through my community, through my teachers, through my family, and through my own research. And that's why I want to continue to study as an ethnic studies major for my Latino community and for my Native community. When Europeans and colonizers came to the land of the Americas, they didn't just take the land, they tried to embrace our indigenous and our African cultures. The biggest reason why we try today is people don't see the full picture of who we are. They love our culture, but they hate our people. And look, I know some of y'all don't mess with the word Latinx. I get it. I don't either. And that's okay. But for folks who especially who consider themselves as non-binary, would use Latinx instead of Latinx, because let's be honest, Latinx kind of sounds whitewashed. But at the end of the day, it's about respecting how people want to identify. And some people just prefer to say their nationality. So like calling yourself Mexican or Salvadorian instead of Latino or Hispanic. And that's okay too. That's why I don't call myself Hispanic, because the word Hispanic comes from España, which is Spain. I'm not Spanish. I'm indigenous. Soy Chicano. Yo soy Mexicano. It's our culture. It's how we show the world who we are. It's how we show our identity. You see it in the way we speak, through our Spanglish, through our code switch, through our reclaiming our indigenous language. You hear it through our music, the oldies, the burritos that tell our stories, like rap, to Bad Bunny, to cumbia. You see it through our art, in murals, to show our history and leaders, lowriders, showing our pride rolling down the streets, in tattoos, beadwork, embroidery, that keeps us dripped out and connected to where we come from. It's how we wear our hair, to fades, to braids, to baby hair lays, and yeah, even the epic haircut. You see it in entertainment and on social media, for humor, style, language, and the way we tell our stories. You see it through our activism, when we stand up for our people, fight for justice, language, and respect. It's about spirituality, our connection to our ancestors, to the earth, to ceremony, to healing. Culture isn't just where you're from. It's how you move through the world, how you love your people, how you represent. It's your identity. So before I finish my keynote speech, I want to have a little challenge for you guys. I want you to use your critical thinking. ¿Quién eres? Who are you? I want you to ask yourself, what are your roots? What languages did my ancestors speak? What traditions have I lost or want to reclaim? Talk to your elders. Ask questions. Go home and have conversations with your abuelita, tío, or your parents, even if it feels awkward at first. Look where your family comes from and research your indigenous history. Learn the real names of your lands that you live on. After that, wear it with pride. Speak your truth. Keep showing your community. Because the more you know who you are, the more powerful you become. Thank you. So I have the honor and the privilege to show our next performance. Danza Azteca in La Quech. Please come down to the stage and give them a round of applause.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon to everybody. Awesome Kabali. I'm seeing a video song. Now what? Welcome all of you again. For those of you who didn't see the first part of this show, our second part. Thank you to the young man that was here for his words, for his knowledge, for his willingness to learn his roots, where he comes from, where we all come from. What we're doing here today is danza azteca. We're not just dancing, it's danza. Danza is a corporal prayer, and we do it from our feet all the way to our heads. Everything we pray with our ancestors prayed in that by dancing and by singing and by doing art. It's something that connects all of us. All cultures have a drum in their culture. We have music, we have danza, we have art. This is how we all connect. So part of what we do in this group is to reconnect ourselves, especially the youth, back to their roots, so they can be proud of who they are. As a young man said here, know who you are. It's very empowering. Where your family comes from, whether you're from here, from this part of the land, which is where Oloni and Niwa really respect the people from here from these lands, all the way down to South America and everywhere in between. We all have our ancestral indigenous roots. And it's beautiful to know about our roots, who we are, where we come from, how important and how powerful they are, and how much it's undercover represented today. We speak now what we speak our tongue all the time. When we say words like chipotle, when we say words like jitomate, elote, cholo. Cholo is not a Spanish word. Cholo means dog in agua. Right? So we're always speaking it. We just don't know it. You have to reconnect with our culture, our language, and art. So we're going to commence. The first thing we do is to honor the four directions: east, west, north, south, up to the cosmos and back down to Mother Earth. We thank you guys for your support and your attention. Gracias. Yes. Thank you for your applause. Gracias por los aplausos. Tanto in Lakesh is a Maya proverb. It's, we say in Lakesh to say, I am your other you. Yo soy tu otro tú. And that's what we practice in our group and also in the community and everywhere else is that equality. Nobody's less and nobody's more. Right? Everyone has different things to offer, but at the same time, we're all the same. No matter what color you are, how much money you make, where you come from, where you live. And the circle, which is also the circle here of life in the communities, we're all the same. I want to thank the staff, thank the boys, Valle Borgónico, all of you guys. It's very important. This is very important that the school hosts events like this. You know, what you see here is over 500 years of resistance. Over 500 years of resistance. And that's something that they haven't been able to erase is our cultural ways, is our ancestral knowledge. Unfortunately, some of these things you can't learn in school, in public schools. Maybe when you get to college, they'll offer some of these courses. But it's available, it's out there. We are based out of Antioch. We dance at the Nick Rodriguez Center every Tuesday and Thursday, and we teach a little bit about not only danza, but about our culture, our healing, language, and everything else in between that goes with it. So we welcome all you guys to come and check it out. We're also going to do a Dia de los Muertos event at the Nick Rodriguez Center November 1st. Everybody here in the community is invited to come and participate. It's a free event for Dia de los Muertos to honor our dead. And we're continuing with a couple of more danzas. Thank you for your attention, and we appreciate all your applause. Once again, thank you otra vez for los aplausos. Thank you for being part of our culture and the many parts of our culture. Los de baile folclórico, danza de los viejitos, danza de venado, what you just did. We opened up with the danza called Huitzilopochtli. Huitzilopochtli means Huitzilo, Huitzilin, and Agua means hummingbird or colibri. Opochtli means left. Hummingbird to the left, which represents our heart. La fuerza de voluntad, the honor we honor our ancestors, our grandparents, great-grandparents, all the teachers that have passed on, who left us these traditions, these danzas. We honor them always with the first danza, with the first prayer. Thank you again to all the staff here at Pittsburgh High who put this together, all the parents who made an effort to bring the kids, to everybody here in my grupo, de la izquierda, la derecha, to the ones that are part of Pittsburgh High, Angelo, Cesar, the ex-alumni como Lola, Daisy, and Brianna over there. Wait, guys, say hi to your old teachers. Por todo, gracias a todos y a todas. Que tengan bonita tarde. Tazo Kamati. Everyone, thank you again for the support, for the applauses. Danza Azteca in Lakesh, for all of you guys. Gracias. Y adiós. Big round of applause for Blue Light West.
Powerful. That's what Indigenous is about, man. That's what it's all about. All right. Last but not least, we have one more performance from Folklorico. So They will be representing the state of Veracruz, Mexico, singing or dancing to the song La Bruja. So please give a round of applause for Folklorico one last time.
Ay, qué bonito es volar a las 2 de la mañana, a las 2 de la mañana. Ay, qué bonito es volar, ay, mamá. Volar y dejarse caer en los brazos de una dama. Ay, qué bonito es volar a las 2 de la mañana y mamá me agarra la bruja, me lleva a su casa, me vuelve maceta y me da calabaza. Me agarra la bruja, me lleva al cerrito, me sienta en sus piernas, me da de besitos. Ay, dígame, dígame, dígame usted, cuántas criaturitas serán para usted. Ninguna, 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 no sé, ando en pretensiones de chuparme a usted. A la bruja me encontré, en el aire iba volando, que en el aire iba volando. A la bruja me encontré, ay, mamá. Entonces le pregunté que a quién andaba buscando. Me dijo, ¿quién es usted? Soy cantador de guapango, ay, mamá. Escóndete, Chiepa, escóndete, Juana, que ahí anda la bruja debajo en la cama. Escóndete, Chiepa, escóndete, Coba, que ahí anda la bruja volando en su escoba. Ay, dígame, dígame, dígame usted, cuántas criaturitas serán para usted. Ninguna, 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 no sé, ando en pretensiones de chuparme a usted.
Please give one last round of applause for Folklorico. I just would like to say thank you for coming. Hopefully this changed your life somehow. And have a great break. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias.